Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to a series on my channel called 5 Minute Book Talk, in which I take roughly 5 minutes to talk about a book that I have read while I flip through the book. And today I will be talking about the book Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, which is a novel written by Gail Honeyman. But first, just a little bit of backgrounder on this book. This is Gail Honeyman's debut novel. It was published in 2017, and on that same year, it also won a writing award for debut novels. I have the Kindle version right here, as you can see, but this book also has an audiobook version, which also won an award for audiobooks in 2017 because of how it was read by Kathleen McCarran. Okay, now I do have a video of me reading this book for almost an hour silently. I will link that video in the description box. And I did say in that video that the novel is hilarious because I was at the beginning of it. It starts out very funny, but wait, this video will have spoilers. The main character, Eleanor Oliphant, is an American woman in her late 20s, living alone in the United States with an okay job. She's socially awkward and has no friends and is an alcoholic. She's a little frumpy, no fashion sense at all, but she has a university degree. She majored in classic literature. But she works with people who do not have her level of intelligence and caliber of formal education, so you can just imagine the combination of that. High in intelligence, but very low in social skills, and so she ends up in very awkward social situations with very comical internal monologues from her. Her own mother, who she speaks with on the phone every week, is no help either. She degrades Eleanor in a very passive-aggressive manner, but Eleanor continues to call her regularly as scheduled because she feels it's her duty. And throughout all of these, Eleanor assures us quite often that she is completely fine. And that is who Eleanor Oliphant is. The novel is a series of human interactions consisting of Eleanor getting herself into increasingly difficult and awkward situations that are funny on the surface, but underneath all that, the reader could detect pain that becomes more and more evident as we go along. Her own relationship with her mother is very unhealthy, and that just makes us begin to understand why Eleanor is the way she is. Somewhere in the middle of the novel, we start seeing hints that nothing is what it seems in the life of Eleanor Oliphant, and that she is, in fact, not completely fine. She just wants us to believe that she is because she is in survival mode every single day, and her attempts at making some changes in her very ordinary life is her own way of convincing herself that she's fine. That's what she wants us to think, but we, the reader, can see that she has something much deeper to have to confront. This novel really resonated with me because of my own experience with abuse many years ago, not from a mother or a parent, but from a person that I had a romantic relationship with. That relationship went on for 4 years, and no matter how degrading every single day was, it was nevertheless not easy to get out of because of the death threats and the emotional and physical manipulation. And of course, on top of all that, there was the fact that that man was successful in making me believe that if I ever asked for help, people will think I'm making a fool of myself, and that if I die, no one would care and no one would look for me because I'm that worthless of a person. That is how abuse works. It chips away at your own self-worth in a very subtle and methodical manner that you don't even notice at all until it is already too late and you cannot get away anymore. Unless there is an actual intervention from either another person or persons or a circumstance that arises from wherever. In my case, another person intervened, not because I asked for help, because remember, I was made to believe that if I asked for help, the person will just laugh at me. That someone intervened only because he overheard the boyfriend threatening me on the phone. In the case of Eleanor Oliphant, a fire intervened. A fire in the house she was living in that killed her younger sister and her mother. So, who was Eleanor talking to on the phone once a week? It was herself, I think, continuing the abuse that her own mother dished out when she was a child. Even the intervention of the fire didn't take Eleanor out of survival mode and did not get her into the healing stage. But what did? It was the truth that started her healing. The truth brought about by Raymond, who finally did the research and told Eleanor very gently about the facts, because he got close enough to her to suspect something, and because he cared enough to tell her the truth. The work of healing is ultimately something that only we can do, but before we get to that stage, we need to jump over a very crucial hurdle. Sometimes we make the jump alone, but sometimes, as in the case of Eleanor, someone jumps the hurdle with her. She's very lucky. I highly recommend this book.